Hello, everybody. So I woke up after what probably I think is maybe one of the most interesting days in the news cycle yesterday. We had Hillary Clinton be a cringe lord. We had Joe Biden just. I'm going to make a video after this and just watch that about my thoughts about the Joe Biden fiasco because I didn't make one the day before when it started, and then yesterday we had a climax. And I climaxed, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up, and then I saw Bernard Sanders in the CNN poll, which they probably don't like, surging to first place. Just saying. Just saying. So, Vermont Sen period Bernard Sanders has improved his standing in the national Democratic race for president, joining former Vice President Joe Biden in a two-person top tier above the rest of the field. So the thing about this is okay, so 27% is for Sanders. Amazing. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to make prediction videos, I think, on well, my prediction right now, like as of this moment in time for Iowa, I think Bernard is going to get 30% in Iowa. That's my guess. And I'm going to make prediction videos before every election, I think, just to see how, how spot on and how keen my analyses are. But as of right now, I currently think Bernie's going to get somewhere around 30% in Iowa, and then that's going to change the whole conversation. That's my speculation. But 27% in a hypothetical national primary, keep in mind, this is the national polling, which has always had Bernard down in almost every single polling outlet. So that's what's really important here. And keep in mind, again, there is no national primary. So if Bernard's leading in the national polling, and then Iowa happens, and he gets an explosive lead, then the winning bias goes on. Then it's like, oh well, I can't vote for Warren, I can't vote for Butt Cheek, I can't vote for Biden, I gotta vote for Bernie, because he's clearly the winner. People start paying more attention, because there are elections in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whatever. This is like Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, South Carolina, Super Tuesday. Personally, I think Bernard's gonna run away in every single election except maybe South Carolina. And when I say every single election, I'm counting Super Tuesday as one entire election. And that's when I vote. So anyway, so this is big news. 24% for Biden. And then we have Warren at 14%. And I have been saying this for a little bit now. I think it's totally possible that Bernard gets 30+% in Iowa, and every other candidate gets anywhere between 0 and 14. And if that happens, Bernard gets a winner-take-all situation. You need 15% to get the threshold to get any delegates in a primary state for the Democratic primary. So if Bernard gets, say, 35, 36%, Butt Cheek gets 14%, Warren gets 14%, Biden gets 14.99, in that situation, you see Bernard just fucking take them all. And that's it's getting increasingly more possible. Because again, Warren is at 14, Butt Cheek is at 11, Bloomberg, for whatever reason, is still in the race. I'm not sure. And then Klobuchar is just garbage. They're all the people that don't matter. But here's something that's also possible. If Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang drop out and decide, hey, I'm going to stop being a complete jackass with a cult of personality of a bunch of incel loser virgins in my support team, and they send all their support to Bernard, that's an easy win. At that point, that's another 10% or so. And even some of these early states, that's another 10 to 15%, which would just be incredible. But either way, it's totally possible that Bernie gets all the delegates. I mean, it's totally possible. That's something I'm not going to say I'm predicting it. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not 1,000% sold on that outcome, but it is totally possible. And then also this morning, there was a morning consult poll that had Bernard Sanders 2 points down in Super Tuesday states. And again, that's when I vote. So this is a really good one. Because again, Super Tuesday is the first major election. It's on March 3rd. Iowa is on February 3rd, and then Super Tuesday is 1 month later. And different from last time around in 2016, California is going to be voting on Super Tuesday. So it's huge, and this is huge. So, like, for example, if Bernie wins in Iowa, which it's looking clear that he probably will, and then he wins in New Hampshire, which is definitely looking clear like he probably will. And then he wins in Nevada, which is a definite possibility. I'm not as certain as I am with New Hampshire and Iowa, but if he wins those three, and then say Biden picks up a rough South Carolina victory, and honestly, South Carolina is so up in the air. I just don't know. I really don't know. There's really just not enough data to get an accurate analysis of South Carolina. If Bernie were to win all four of these elections before Super Tuesday, he's already won the nomination, I think. But I think it's totally possible that Biden will hang on in South Carolina, and I think it's totally possible that Biden will hang on in Super Tuesday. But really, it does depend. Like, for example, if Bernie gets the 3 out of the 4 wins, and in a situation where he wins by a significant margin, like I'm predicting I'm predicting he's going to outpoll the margin, just because the strategy of Bernie's campaign is bringing in new people who've never voted before, and those people are never going to be polled. That's just the nature of this campaign. So I think, again, it's totally possible he'll get like 5 to 10 points increased over his polling average in a lot of these states. It's totally possible. Just look at Michigan in 2016, where he was, I think his thing is a 26 point swing. I think I'd have to verify that. You can verify that yourself. But he did great in Michigan last time compared to the polling. And then also he outperformed almost every poll. I think I'd have to go back and do an analysis, but I think he outperformed almost every poll outside of Michigan. It's just that Michigan was the big one. But yeah, this is totally doable. It's gonna happen. I'm getting more and more confident every single day. I've been saying this for a while now. I've been saying this probably since like September, I think, is when I kind of like just realized Bernie's gonna win, and I just have to stop being like a pessimistic douchebag. He's gonna fucking win. I'm just saying this right now. He's winning. Like, there is literally no single possibility that he loses this nomination. And that's all I've got for you. So thank you for watching. Subscribe. Give me money on Patreon. It is an imperative in order to build the socialist utopia, the communist utopia. You need to give me all of your paycheck on Patreon. And with that being said, tune in a little bit, because I'm going to do a video about the Biden fiasco.